Andrea?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, great. Welcome, guys. You ever done chair yoga before?
No.
It's super fun. Oh, I love it. It's good. It's a better stretch than you might imagine being in a chair.
Use a good stretch.
Me too.
You're live stream on Facebook?
Yes. On the Lessons Facebook page. So we've been getting a lot of participants. I think a lot of people who normally wouldn't be able to make it to this class. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it is. That step between your house and the gym is the biggest one.
Right.
So as you enter the room, just ask for the same thing for change when you go. I'll do it for you this time. Don't worry about this. Next time. And did you bring water bottles? No water bottles. So that's okay.
I drank all my drink.
And you can leave your shoes on if you want to. It's up to you. All right, good morning and welcome everyone. We're going to begin our 60-minute chair yoga, so we'll ask you to make sure that you've got a good sturdy chair, and that means that if you push down on it or if you push down on the back, it does not collapse or tip over. And we're preferably in bare feet. Socks are fine, just be aware that they're a little bit of a slip risk, but they're fine if your feet get cold. And we're sitting right at the edge of our seat, finding our perfect posture to begin. Heels under knees, knees lined up with hips, tailbone tucked, core strong. Let's give those shoulders a big roll up, back, and down. Lift the chest, lengthen the neck, and tuck the chin. Now we'll come into our grounding and centering for our focus with the class. Take a deep breath in all the way down to the base of the spine, closing the eyes. And exhale completely, feeling the body supported by the seat and by the floor and by the earth. Now just for a moment, bringing your attention to today's class, let's make ourselves that promise that we will not push too hard, that will honor any feelings of restriction, especially through the joints, that will maintain the lines of communication with the body, pressing forward when it's appropriate, holding back when it's appropriate, and offering ourselves a bit of a challenge in the meantime. Now let's take a deep breath in. Exhale and open the eyes. Good. We'll begin with the spinal roll down to loosen everything up. Sitting up tall, lengthening through the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the chin toward the chest, and we'll slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. You can release the forearms to the thighs, or relax all the way down over the legs, just letting the body hang. And as you inhale, I'd like you to think of widening the back. As you exhale, just ask the body to relax down into that stretch. Relax the arms and neck. Feel the lower back stretch out. We're just in our warm-up phase, getting everything moving, getting our circulation going. One more deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll tuck the tailbone, slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back, and if you'd like, you can come with me and reach the arms out to the sides and overhead, lengthening up toward the sky. And we'll release down through prayer. And release the arms. Excellent. Now we're going to tip back and bring the hands to the chair behind us. So I'd like you to just lean away slightly, and you're going to lean back onto your palms with the shoulders way down and back. I want you to squeeze the shoulders down and back, lift up through the center of the chest, and feel that stretch maybe up between the shoulder blades. Check and make sure that your shoulders don't hike up toward the ears. You want to squeeze them way down and back. Good. And we're breathing into that stretch, thinking about opening up the fronts of the shoulders and across the front of the chest. Now from here, I'd like you to reach the left arm up toward the sky, breathe in deep and straighten up, good. And then exhale, bend the right elbow in toward the spine, stretching out the left rib cage, good, yeah. Now inhale up through neutral. Exhale the left hand to the seat of the chair behind you, good. Inhale, right arm up toward the sky. Exhale, left elbow bends in toward the spine. One more time in each direction. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand to the seat of the chair, left arm reaches, right shoulder presses down, and then we bend as we exhale, good, yeah. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand to the seat of the chair, inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, we bend, left elbow bends in toward the spine, good. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arms, and we'll sit up nice and tall. So centering ourselves once again, heels under knees, knees lined up with hips. Let's grab a quick back release, grasping the knees. Sit up tall, breathe in deep. Exhale, curve and round. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down, elbows in. Exhale, curve and round. One more time, inhale, up, lift, extending, lengthen. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral, great job. Okay, so now we're gonna come into some spinal twists. Once again, finding our set position. So finding our alignment through the lower body, our perfect posture through the upper body. And we'll start by bringing the right hand to the right hip. Left hand comes to the right knee. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, look out over your back shoulder and allow your shoulders to follow. Good, so we're looking out over that back shoulder and we're twisting from the belly button to the crown of the head. So try and suck your belly button toward the spine to protect the lower back and make sure your knees and hips are squared forward. If you'd like to deepen your stretch, you can bring the right hand to the seat of the chair or to the back of the chair, or you can reach out in line with your shoulder. And that's going to bring that stretch more up into the middle and upper back through those shoulder blades. Let your breathing assist your stretch. So as you inhale, think of expanding the rib cage and widening the back. As you exhale, you can twist a little bit further as long as it's okay for your spine. Good, one more deep breath in. Exhale, look forward, square the shoulders forward, and we'll grasp the knees. Curving around the spine to reset. Look up, lift up, shoulders down, arch, and we come back to neutral. Good, and now coming along to the other side. Left hand to the hip, right hand comes to the left knee. Inhale, extend the spine first. Exhale, look out over the back shoulder, and allow your shoulders to follow. So again, we're firming up our core to make sure that we're twisting safely through the middle and upper back only. Yep, everybody looks great. Keep that tummy nice and strong and the knees pointed forward. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, you can release that left hand to the seat of the chair or to the back of the chair, or you can reach out in line with the spine. What we want to make sure of here is that we never let the shoulders hike up toward the ears, and we don't let the chest cave in or the chin drop when we come into that stretch. So always prioritize your posture first and then just move around that. Good, breathe deeply into that expansion through the rib cage. And as you exhale, just relax wherever you can. One more deep breath in. Exhale, look forward, square the shoulders forward. We'll grasp the knees and curve and round the spine to release. Once again, inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Excellent. Now we're going to shift to the left side in our chair and come all the way back. The right side of the body is on the chair, the left side of the body is off the chair. Grab a drink of water anytime you need one. Stretch that left leg straight out to the side with the sole of the foot on the floor, and preferably with the toes pointing straight forward. We're going to sit up nice and tall and bring the hands to the hips or to the bent knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and tip from the hip, lifting your tailbone up toward the sky as you go. Good. So you can release those elbows to that right thigh if you'd like, or the fingertips all the way down to the floor on the inside of the feet. Make sure you're not turning toward the bent knee. We might do that automatically because it will reduce our stretch. So that's a protective reflex that we want to counter to gain flexibility. And if you'd like to increase your intensity, you can turn the body toward the straight leg. Press down into the outside of that straight leg. Good. Press the outside of the foot into the floor and see if you can target that stretch from the calf and Achilles tendon. Good, yeah. So just remember, no pain, no gain does not apply to yoga, right? We're breathing into the stretch, and it should feel like a relief when you come into that extension, not too hard. Good, and then we'll come on back to center and press up. Now our left hand comes to the left hip. We're sitting up tall once again with a nice strong core. Contract the muscles of that left leg to keep the knee safe. Inhale the right arm up toward the sky, and we'll exhale and drop that left shoulder down for a side bend. So we contract those muscles first because we have the weight of our body now coming down onto that straight joint, and that can compromise our ACL. So we just want to be careful there. If you want to deepen your stretch, the left hand can come to the outside of the right knee, and you can deepen your twist looking up toward the sky. I want you to try and focus that stretch in the right side body, through the rib cage, good, and through those obliques. If this is not okay for your neck and shoulder, your top hand can come down to the hip or behind the back anytime. Just make it yours. Breathe into that extension. Notice where you can relax as you exhale. Great. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair. We'll draw that leg in. That's our stability. Release the leg, work it out, and then come along to the other side. So all the way back in our chair, once again, the left side of the body is on the chair, the right side is off the chair. We're going to grasp the left side of the chair with that hand. Right hand comes to the hip, right leg straightens right out to the side. Preferably toes are pointed forward. If they need to be turned to the side slightly for your comfort, that's fine. And the sole of the foot is all the way down on the floor. We sit up tall first and notice how that hip feels. And then we'll tip forward, bringing the elbow to the thigh or the fingertips down toward the floor. Good. Breathing deeply. And whatever position you're in, I'd like you to arch your lower back and lift your tailbone up toward the sky, and notice how that deepens your stretch through the hip socket. Good, yes. Excellent. If you want to take it even further, you can angle your shoulders toward the straight leg. And remember, your fingertips don't have to reach the floor today. They might do it today and not tomorrow, and that's fine too, so just working with it. Relax wherever you're able. Great. And now let's walk the hands back to center, and we'll press up. Sitting up nice and tall, resetting our set position with a straight spine, and we'll place the right hand on the hip. Left arm reaches up toward the sky, breathe in deep. And we'll exhale and bend. So again, firming our core first, contracting those leg muscles to keep the knee safe. And if you'd like to deepen the stretch through your spine, you can reach across to that left knee and gently twist toward the sky. So really important complex of muscles, not only lower back, but also our psoas complex on the inside of the body. Those muscles get tense just from sitting for extended periods, and then our brain is stressed out too for no good reason except that we haven't extended ourselves. Now inhale, come on up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair, and draw the leg back in. And we'll recenter right at the edge of our seat with our seated mountain pose, grasping the knees to reset the spine. Deep breath in and extend. Exhale, curve and round. Good. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Excellent. Okay, we're going to come into a little bit of upper body before we move on to the legs. So just rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Nice big circles. So all of this neck and upper body stuff, these are great things you can do throughout the day to relieve that tension, especially if you get tension headaches. It's always a good thing. Work out the traps. 2 more just like that. Good. And now big windmills with the arms. One side and then the other. So here, we're moving slowly and we're looking for our range of motion through the shoulder, just seeing what that looks like today. You might notice that one arm quite easily moves through that rotation, and the other side, maybe you find yourself leaning in order to get the same range of motion. So just be aware of that. You know, one side is always going to be more flexible and stronger and better balanced than the other, and that's fine. Good. One more time on each side. Deep breaths. Lengthen through those fingertips. Good. And now we'll reach both arms out to the sides and overhead or straight out in front. Grasp the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale and lengthen that arm out. Exhale and bend to the left. Just hold here for a moment, and I want you to think about, again, bending from the belly button to the crown of the head rather than tipping from the hips. So we're even across both sides of the body on the seat. And if your shoulders and your neck are strained or feel tired, you can always bring the arms down in front instead. Good. Now let's inhale through neutral. Switch sides. Grasp the left wrist with the right hand, and then drop that right shoulder down and just hold here. You can look up toward the sky if it's okay for your neck and shoulders. Think of pressing your shoulders down and back as far as they'll go. Good. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale and release the arms. Reach in front, curve and round the upper back, and try and touch that front wall with your fingertips as you tuck the tailbone. Good. And then we'll release and come on up. Now reach out to the sides, thumbs to the back of the room, open the palms up toward the sky, and we'll spread the fingers, tip the wrists down and back, and allow the arms to follow. So you should feel that right from fingertip to fingertip. Yeah, serious, right? And here too, you can turn your head from side to side, shaking your nose slowly, or you can tip one ear toward one shoulder and then the other. So here's a good example of where yoga also stretches nerve fibers and tendons and ligaments and not just muscles. Good, one more time. And come back to set, and we'll release the arms. Excellent. Now let's bring that right knee into the chest, and we'll grasp just below the knee. Here we're looking for postural correction first, so you might find that your knee pulls your body forward. I want you to sit up tall, roll your shoulders down and back, lengthen the neck and tuck the chin, and we feel all of this muscle contraction in the backs of the arms and the muscles of the back, not up in the neck and shoulders. If this is not comfortable at any time, you can grab under the thigh or bring that foot all the way down to the floor. Now let's rotate the ankle. Good, so sitting up tall looks great, guys. Yeah, tuck those elbows right into the rib cage. And we want to make sure that we're breathing deeply into the belly and the ribs throughout our entire class. And at any time, if you're holding your breath and you can't help it, that's a good sign that you might be working too hard, but otherwise, just fine. And now we'll flex and extend toward the ceiling and the floor. And we'd like the ankle to get a little bit tired, because that's going to help us with our balance and endurance later on. Good. And now we'll cross the right shin over the left thigh, or you can cross the right ankle over the left ankle if that's better for your knees and hips. And we're going to grasp just below that knee. Once again, we'll straighten up tall, and as soon as you straighten up, you might feel that stretch start right in that hip. You guys feel that? Yeah? Good. Excellent. It might not be much of a stretch for you if you have good flexibility through the hips, but we'll get there to a deeper stretch in just a moment. I'd like you to press your right hip down into the seat. Think of arching your lower back up toward the sky. Good, and feel that stretch deepen. Excellent, yeah. Nice deep breaths. And we always hold our stretches for at least 3 deep breaths or 20 seconds when we're doing a static stretch, and that's going to help us to increase our flexibility. When you're ready, you can drop that right knee out to the side. If that's not okay for your knee and hip, remember you can come down across the ankles anytime, and the first thing we'll do is straighten up, relax our shoulders down and back, lengthen the neck, tuck the chin, and then from here, if you'd like, you can tip from the hip, lifting the tailbone up toward the sky as you go. So if you're moving with a straight spine, you're not going to get very far, and that's okay. Deep extension for the glute med. That's the lateral motion of our leg, and it's just a teeny little muscle. So again, another example of where we don't want to try as hard as we can to get as deeply as we can into the post, because I could get my nose almost to my shin and get no stretch at all if I tuck my tailbone. So keep that back straight, tip forward, and then when you feel comfortable, if you'd like, you can round forward from the belly button to the crown of the head, resting the forearms on the shin or relaxing the arms down along the sides of the body. So that's going to deepen your stretch pretty dramatically. Yeah, good. And we want to find that good extension. Breathe deeply. Good. Yeah, it's pretty intense, and especially if you have a desk job, those hips can get really tight. Great, and now we'll come on back up and release the leg, flex and extend the knee along that sagittal plane, and we'll extend out, place the heel on the floor, and flex the foot back towards you. So once again, we're sitting up nice and tall. Adjust your position if you need to, and we want to make sure we're right at the edge of our seat, because if we're back even a little bit, that knee's going to bend and we won't get the stretch. Sit up nice and tall, bring both hands to the bent knee, take a deep breath in. Exhale and tip from the hip, lifting your tailbone up toward the sky. Good. So again, think of extending toward the toes with the center of your chest and solar plexus. Relax your shoulders down as much as you can. Good, yeah, relax the jaw. And you'll notice that too, that's your body's protective reflex. Your shoulders think they can help, but they can't. So when we can breathe deeply and cause them to relax, these muscles will also relax by default, and then we can get that deeper extension. You can reach for the toes if you want to. The goal is not to touch them, but yeah, if you get there, that's great. If not, maybe next time. And then we'll come on up, release the leg. And of course, you can work out any kinks you happen to have throughout class as well. Now let's come to the other side. Left knee comes into the chest, and we'll grasp just below the knee. Sitting up tall, shoulders down and back, elbows tuck in, neck is long, and the chin is tucked. Good. So we want to feel those back muscles working to help us maintain that posture. And then we'll rotate that left ankle around in a circle. Yep, good. Nice deep breaths. And remember, you can come down and grasp onto the thigh if you want to. You can bring that foot all the way down to the floor if that's more comfortable for you. Good, yeah, all yours. And then we'll flex and extend toward the ceiling and the floor. Looking for that range of motion and mobility in the ankles. Good. And now let's cross the left shin over the right thigh, drawing the leg in, the knee points toward the ceiling. And we're going to draw that knee into place and press our hip down into the chair to find that stretch in that left hip flexor. Relax your shoulders down, sit tall, and the straighter the spine is, the more we're going to feel that stretch through that hip. You can tip forward, and when you tip forward, think of tucking your elbows into the body and bringing the center of your body closer to the knee. Good, yeah, breathe deeply. And then we'll sit up and release that shin across the thigh. You can readjust your supporting foot if you want to, so just make sure it's underneath that knee. And we'll sit up tall to start. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and tip from the hip. And here's where we might notice which side is tighter. It's going to definitely be one. Yeah, good. And we're paying extra special close attention to that knee, making sure it feels safe. And then if you feel ready for more, you can round forward from the belly button to the crown of the head, releasing the forearms to the shin, or releasing the arms down along the sides of the body. Good, so just keeping in mind, if you release the arms, you're allowing your body weight to come down onto that leg. So just use your core to control the depth of your stretch, so you're never moving too far, too fast. Good, and as you breathe, think of inhaling deeply into the muscles you feel stretching, and as you exhale, just ask them to relax. Great, and now let's come on up, and we'll release the leg, flex and extend, lengthen out, gently place that left heel on the floor, flex the left foot back towards you, sit up tall, and the hands come to the bent knee, shoulders square toward the extended leg, deep breath in. Exhale and tip from the hip, lifting the tailbone up toward the sky. You can bring your elbows down to the bent knee if you want to. You can reach for the toes if you like. Just remember, we never want to put weight down on or within 4 inches above the straight joint. That's our only danger zone. Anywhere else is fine. Good. Yeah, great. And now let's come on up and we'll release the leg. Well done. Folks, yep. Good. So sitting up tall, shoulders down and back, core is strong. And we're just going to drop that outside knee down underneath the hip. Curl the back toes under if you're able, and make sure they're pointed forward. Then we're going to tuck the tailbone and feel that stretch begin through the hip flexor and quadriceps. Sit up tall. Good. Breathe deep. And now let's tip forward and bring the elbows or the forearms to the thigh, and then straighten out the back leg. See if you can find the stretch in the calf and Achilles tendon. If you're not feeling it, you might want to bend the knee, bring the foot closer, and then straighten out the leg so you have more of an extension through that calf. Good, so see if you can just bring it to the lower leg. You can lift your body up off the chair a little bit if you need to here. Good. And then we'll bring the body back down. Bend the back knee, press up, and we're going to reach up with the arm on the back leg side. Now from here, if you'd like, you can straighten out that back leg, but make sure that you don't hyperextend the lower back in order to get there. So we want to keep the tailbone tucked. Good, and if you'd like, you can reach both arms up toward the sky. And if you want a little more than that, you can press into the soles of the feet and rise up into our full warrior one. Make sure you're pushing down to the heel of the front foot. Good, core is nice and strong. And I really want you to feel your stability and your power in this pose. That's what our warrior poses are all about, our endurance, and also a little bit of a stretch through the lower body. Great, one more deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms. Grasp the back of the chair. We're going to bend the back knee, turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot, and place it back down on the floor. If this angle is not okay for you, you can change the angle, bringing the foot in front. You can even point the knee and the foot toward the sky in the front of the room. And whenever you're ready, we're going to reach both arms out in line with the front leg. So wherever that back leg is pointing, doesn't matter. Both arms reach out in line with that front bent knee. Now in yoga, we have what's called the dristi, or the gaze, where we fix our eyes, and that helps us to feel how the pose is for our body and tune out from what's going on in the world around us. So in Warrior 2, our traditional gaze is the nail of the middle finger that's over the bent knee. So fix your eyes on that point, and as you breathe, try and touch the walls on either side of you. As you exhale, relax your shoulders down. Just notice how your body feels in this space, in this pose. Nice and open and solid, and relaxed wherever you can be. Good. One more deep breath in. And we'll exhale the right hand or elbow to the right thigh. Swing the left arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. Great. So now that top arm can be aligned with the ear or as close as we can get it. Or if that's not okay for your neck and shoulders, the top hand can come down to the hip or behind the back anytime. It's all yours. You can also come up a level or two anytime if that's what's best for you. And I'd like you to find this stretch in the left rib cage and side body. So check your bottom shoulder presses down as far as it'll go. And we're going to reach those fingertips as far as we can away from the extended leg. Good. Breathe into the stretch. As you inhale, feel the rib cage expand. As you exhale, relax. Great. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair for balance, and we'll draw that leg in. Straighten it out in front. You can adjust your position if you want to. Another little hamstring stretch. Flex the foot back towards you. Sit up tall. And then we tip forward, hands or elbows to the bent knee. Lift your tailbone toward the sky. And we might even have a little bit more flexibility through that hamstring now. Good, and now we'll come on back up and turn around to the other side. So again, left side of the body is on the chair, right side of the body is off the chair. Yet we're turning right around to the other side, and we're going to grasp the back of that chair with the left hand. And the right knee drops down underneath the hip. And we're going to tuck the tailbone, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, chin tucked. So from here, we're looking for that stretch through the hip flexor and quadricep. Good, nice deep breathing. Good. And then when you're ready, you can tip forward and bring the elbows to the front thigh, straightening out the back leg. Good. Relaxing into that stretch. Thanks for coming, guys. See you later. And looking for that extension through the calf and Achilles tendon. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. And always breathing deeply. Good. Drive down into your front heel. Keep that core nice and strong. Good. And then when you're ready, let's come on back up, and you can bend that back knee as you rise to reset your position. And we can reach up with the arm on the back leg side. You can straighten out that back leg a little more as long as you don't hyperextend the lower back. You can reach up with both arms if you want to. You can push into the soles of the feet, driving into those heels. Breathing deeply, relaxing into the stretch as much as you're able. Good. One more deep breath in. And we'll exhale, release the arms, bend the back knee, turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot, and straighten out that leg. Again, in whichever direction is comfortable for you. So if you can't get to 180 degrees, that's fine. This leg can come out in front, your knee can point toward the sky, and your foot can point forward if that's what's best for your joints. And then we reach both arms out in line with the front leg. So in line with that front bent knee. And we'll breathe in deep and reach for those side walls, lengthening the spine. Exhale, relax the arms down. Good. Feel your expansion in this pose. And remember too that your hands can come to the hips or behind the back anytime. One more deep breath in. Exhale the hand or elbow to the front thigh. Swing the back arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. Lengthen through those fingertips. Good. Breathe, open up that rib cage. Press your bottom shoulder down away from the ear as far as it'll go. Good, really reach those fingertips away from the toes. And remember, you might be here, just in a little side bend, and that's fine too. Your left hand can come up if this is too much of an extension for your lower back. And we're breathing deeply always. Great. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair, draw the leg in, and we'll extend the leg straight out in front. Sitting up tall, shoulders down and back, and we'll tip forward from the hip. Lifting the tailbone up toward the sky. The elbow can come to the bent knee, or you can reach for the toes if you like. Relax down into the stretch as much as you're able. And just always remember to breathe deeply into that stretch, whatever it is you're doing. Good. And now we'll press up and come back to set in the center. Sitting up tall, grasp the knees, take a deep breath in. Exhale, curve and round. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down, extend. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Excellent. So now we're going to make our way up to standing. You can feel free to grab a drink of water, of course, anytime you feel like you might need one. And I'd like you to come right to the edge of your seat. If you do not feel comfortable coming to standing, whether it's because of balance or because of pain, of course you can come back to your seat anytime, or you can choose to have another chair in front of you for a little bit of extra stability and support as we move through this next sequence, just for the next 5 to 7 minutes or so. So coming right to the edge of our seat, heels under knees, knees lined up with hips, tailbone tucked, core strong, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, and the chin is tucked. Hands can be anywhere except on the thighs or on the chair, unless you absolutely must. So check for that alignment through the lower body. Inhale, tip forward. Exhale, push into the heels, push into the outsides of the feet, and we'll slowly rise up. Good. And now let's come behind our chair. And again, you can of course grab a drink of water on the way. And we'll start with a little bit of back release and then into our balancing poses. Good, so quickly, just a little forward fold to start. Finding the soles of our feet, rocking back and forth across the balls of the feet and the heels and settling in the center. Knees are soft, tailbone tucked, core strong, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Stand tall, chest proud, neck long, chin tucked. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the chin toward the chest, and we'll slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. The hands can come to the back of the chair or to the seat of the chair or all the way down toward the floor. Whatever is comfortable for you. And here's where we're testing out our blood pressure. So we want to make sure that we never feel dizzy or nauseated coming into these forward folding, these inverted poses. Breathing deeply always. Relaxing down into the stretch. And then we'll bend the knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back. If you'd like, you can come with me and reach the arms out to the sides and overhead. Little baby back bend on top. And then we'll release down through prayer. And release the arms. Excellent. So now standing nice and tall behind our chair, I'd like you to tip forward and bring the forearms to the chair. And then if it's comfortable for you, step the feet back until you begin to feel that stretch between your shoulder blades as you straighten the arms out. Once we get to this point, we want to make sure that there's no pain in the neck and shoulders. And if you'd like to take it a step further, you can press into the heels, lift your tailbone toward the sky, and extend the arms out fully. Pressing the body down toward the legs, down toward the floor. Now in this position, our arms are straight, and we want to make sure that we're never compromising the shoulders. Good. Looking for that stretch right up between those shoulder blades, breathing deeply. And now we'll bend the knees, press into the heels to come on back up. Walk the hands up. Good. And we'll stand tall. And now again, coming behind our chair. Let's come into our first balancing pose. So just a test of our balance. Once again, finding the soles of our feet, finding our perfect posture and alignment here. And we'll inhale. You can come with me and reach one or both arms up toward the sky and then come up onto the toes. Good. You can roll around on the balls of the feet if you like. Grip the floor with the toes. Lift the heels up as high as you're able. And remember that one or both hands can come to the back of that chair anytime here for your balance and support. Good. Breathing deeply. Relaxing wherever you're able. Through the shoulders, through the jaw. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale the heels to the floor and we'll fold forward. Once again, you can stop here with the head at the heart line or above, or you can relax all the way down toward the floor. Just make it your own. As you inhale, think of widening the back. As you exhale, shift into the heels. Lift your tailbone toward the sky. Nice deep breathing always. And as you exhale, always just noticing where you can relax a little more into this pose. Good. Excellent. And now, when you're ready, we'll just gently bend the knees, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back, reach the arms out to the sides and overhead, little baby back bend. Exhale, release down through prayer. And release the arms. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to come into a little modified Shiva dancing pose. So standing nice and tall behind your chair once again, we're just going to start with a single leg balance. So shifting to the left leg, bring the right foot into position wherever is comfortable for you. So you might have the toes on the floor, you might bend that knee and grasp the sock or the pant leg or the top of the foot. Good. Standing nice and tall, pushing into the sole of your foot, tucking the tailbone. Whatever position you're in, I'd like you to tuck the tailbone, pressing your hips forward, and see if you can target that stretch in that right quadricep. So remember, your foot might be on the floor. You might want to extend that leg back further and tuck your tailbone to see if you can find that stretch in the front of that right thigh. Good. Now, if you'd like to take this a step further, you can take a deep breath in here. Exhale and tip from the hip, pressing that foot into the hand. Now here, if you'd like to advance your pose, the left fingertips can reach out. You can also be here with the toe on the floor and reach out with that other arm, just angling the body slightly and working on that core and glute stability. Good. Relax your shoulders down. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release down through prayer. Release the leg and work out the ankles. Great job. Now we'll come along to the other side, standing nice and tall behind our chair, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, chin tucked. And we're shifting to our supporting leg, other leg now, and that other foot comes into position. So again, might just be toe on the floor to practice our single leg balance, and that's fine. Or you might want to lift up that leg or press it back, tucking the tailbone, grasping the calf or the pant leg or the sock or the top of the foot. Good. And then from here again, we're pressing our hips forward, looking for that stretch in the quadricep and Achilles tendon without compromising our joints. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, you can take a deep breath in and lengthen the spine first. And then exhale and tip from the hip. So again, once again, you have the option of coming into the full pose, reaching out with the fingertips and lifting up into that foot, or you can come into the partial pose, holding here, tipping forward, reaching out with the arm or not. You can leave that toe on the floor, keep one hand on the chair, and reach out with the other. There's lots of options here. Primary goal, again, is just single leg balance and focusing on our alignment and our form and where we can relax. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release the hand to the back of the chair. And we'll slide it in, shake it off, work out whatever needs it. Great job. Okay, so now we're going to come into wide-legged posing. So I'd like you to turn your chair so that you have access to the seat without the back of the chair being in the way. So you might turn it to the side, or you might turn it all the way around. Good. Now we're standing nice and tall beside or in front of our chair, and I'd like you to bring the legs wider than the feet of the chair. Good. So standing nice and tall, toes pointed forward preferably, or they can both be pointed out to the sides slightly. All right, take a deep breath in. Exhale, tip from the hip, and the hands or the elbows can come down to the seat of the chair. From here, we'd like to shift the weight into the heels and lift our tailbone up toward the sky. Shoulders are down away from the ears, and we're breathing deeply. Now here, if you feel comfortable, press into the outsides of the feet and lift the instep of the foot just slightly, feeling that extension from the ankle up into the calf and Achilles tendon. Good. Nice deep breaths. And now let's press the chair away from us with our hands. Shoulders are down away from the ears, and we're going to center the right hand on the chair between the shoulder blades. Inhale the left elbow up toward the sky. Exhale and press it back behind you. Now in this pose, just remember that you can bring that top hand down to the seat of the chair or the hand to the hip or behind the back anytime. If you'd like to deepen your stretch through the middle and upper back, wrap that left arm back behind the body and brace it on the opposite hip. As you inhale, think of expanding the rib cage, expanding the back. As you exhale, deepen the twist. Relax wherever you're able. Make sure both of those legs stay straight, but the knees are off lock. So we just don't want to be bending one knee quite a lot in order to get deeper into this pose. Now let's inhale and reach up toward the sky. Exhale and release the arm. Come down onto the elbows if it's comfortable for you. Shift into the heels and lift your tailbone toward the sky, pressing into the outsides of the feet at the same time. Okay, coming along to the other side, pressing into the seat of the chair with both hands to start, and then we'll center that left hand between the shoulder blades. Inhale the right elbow up toward the sky. Exhale, reach. As you exhale, you should be able to deepen your twist through the spine. Good, as we'll have a little bit more space in that body cavity. But of course, we're never twisting so far that our spine is in pain. Check in with your neck and shoulders as well. Make sure your bottom shoulder is down away from the ear. We don't want to let it hike up. We want it nice and strong. And if you want to deepen your stretch, you can wrap that top arm back behind the body, bracing it on the opposite hip or as close as you can get. And of course, that right hand can just rest on the hip or come all the way back down to the chair anytime. Breathe. Relax wherever you're able. Good. Now let's inhale and reach up toward the sky. Exhale, release the arm and relax down over the seat of the chair. So once again, just noticing how maybe now you get a little bit deeper into that stretch, pressing into the heels, lifting the tailbone toward the sky, pressing into the outsides of the feet. And now let's bend the knees and we'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Good, roll the shoulders down and back, work the heels and toes together. We'll step the feet together and shake it off. Excellent. Okay, so now just a little warrior series with the balance option before we come back down to our seats. Standing nice and tall, once again behind our chair. Shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, and the chin is tucked. Find the four corners of your feet and feel your full height here and your stability through that lower body. Shift to the left leg and we'll step the right leg straight back behind us. Toes point forward when we bring that foot down, and we'll gently press that heel toward the floor. If you'd like, you can come down onto the back of the chair or bring the hands down to the seat of the chair. And we're looking for that stretch through the calf and Achilles tendon first. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, straighten out your back leg as much as you're able. Bend the front knee just a little more. Shoulders are down away from the ears. And we're relaxing wherever we can. Good, nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, you can press up, tucking the tailbone as you rise. And then you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. Sink a little deeper if you can. Suck that belly button in, keep it nice and strong, make sure your lower back doesn't hyperextend. Good. Good, and remember, both arms can come up if you want to. And now, if you'd like to intensify, you can come with me into a warrior three. Bringing the hands down to the back of the chair, shifting the weight to the front leg, and then tipping the body. You can have your hands on the chair, on the seat of the chair, the back of the chair, or you can bring one or both hands into prayer. Pushing down into that front foot, feeling that supporting leg. And remember, options are optional. You don't have to do any of what I'm doing up here. It's just in case you want to try. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bend the front knee. We'll gently bring that back foot back down to the floor, and we're going to finish off this series with a little pyramid. So let's straighten out that front leg, sit up nice and tall, take the front knee off lock, push down into the front heel to secure that knee, and then we'll tip from the hip, lifting the tailbone up toward the sky. The elbows can come down to the back of the chair, or the hands can come down to the seat of the chair. You can shift around in this pose, lifting one hip and then the other toward the sky. I want you to relax your front leg as much as you're able as you're putting your weight down on the chair. It's a little bit safer. And if you do choose to bring the hands to the leg, make sure you're not pressing down on or within 4 inches above that straight knee. Anywhere else is fine. Breathe. Relax into the stretch. And now we'll bend the front knee and press up. You can step in or back or a combination of both. And we'll finish off that side with a forward fold. Good. Nice and even on all 4 corners of the feet. And when you're ready, you can inhale, arms out to the sides and up above with me or not. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to the back of the chair or to the seat of the chair, or you can relax all the way down toward the floor. Again, as you inhale, widen the back. As you exhale, just notice where you can relax. And then we'll bend the knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back, arms come out to the sides and overhead if it's comfortable for your neck and shoulders and blood pressure. A little baby back bend. And we'll release down. Good. And now coming along to the other side, standing nice and tall. Nice and even on all 4 corners of the feet. And we'll now shift to the right side. Left leg extends straight back behind you, and we keep those toes pointed forward and gently press that heel toward the floor, bending the front knee and relaxing down onto the back of that chair to get the best stretch through the calf and Achilles tendon. So again, you can come down lower if you want to. If you want to deepen that stretch, you can straighten out the back leg a little more. You can bend the front knee a little more. Good. Breathing deeply into whatever modification is comfortable for you. When you're ready, come on up onto the back of the chair, tucking the tailbone as you rise. Looking for that good deep stretch in the left calf and Achilles, or rather the left hip flexor and quadricep. And then when you're ready, you can reach up with one arm or with both arms. Push down into your front heel. Remember that you can release all or part of any pose anytime, and of course you can come back down to sitting anytime as well. One more deep breath in. Exhale the hands down to the back of the chair. You can stay here. You come back to the warrior one, or you can come with me for warrior three. Shifting forward, finding your gaze just ahead of your chair, sucking the belly button toward the spine. You can stay here, or you can angle the body, lifting the back heel. You can reach out with the opposite arm, or with both arms, or you can bring both hands into prayer at heart center. Good. Pushing down into your supporting foot. Feel the strength in that leg. And breathe. Good. Now let's inhale, bend the front knee. Place that back foot back down, and we'll settle into warrior one in the lower body just to reset. Great, and now from here we'll straighten out that front leg, keeping the knee off lock, and then tip forward from the hip. Good, so a little modified pyramid pose. And here too, I want you to make sure that front knee is always off lock, and that this is a lock position is perfectly straight and relaxed, which is dangerous for the joint. So we want to keep it just very slightly bent with the muscles contracted until we're sure of our flexibility and stability. And when you're ready, you can lift your tailbone toward the sky. You can come down a little bit further if that's more comfortable for you. You can shift around. And we're just making it our own because you know your body best. So just listening, good, and acting accordingly. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and just allow that deep extension from the back of the knee up into the hamstring. And then we'll bend the front knee and we'll press back up. You can step in or back or a combination of both. We'll shake it out. And then we're going to come back down to our seats through our seat-assisted squat very slowly down to our chairs again. So coming in front of your chair, I'd like you to position yourself so that you can sit down without looking or touching your chair. Standing tall, hands are anywhere except on the thighs or on the chair. And we're taking a deep breath in. And then exhaling and slowly lowering ourselves down to our seats with perfect alignment through the knees, hips, and ankles as we move. Landing very softly if we're able. And then coming down. Right to the edge of our seats just for a little while longer before we come into our final relaxation. So we'll start by sitting up nice and tall. And I think we'll bring in a little bit of upper body and then see what we have time for after that. So let's reach out with that right arm. Fingertips point toward the sky. And we're going to grasp those right fingertips with the left hand and draw them back toward the body. Now with this stretch, I'd like your right arm to be straight. Your wrist can rest down on the thigh. If you want to take the tension out of your neck and shoulders, that's fine. So as much as we can, that arm is straight. And you can rotate the arm around within this stretch if you want to. You can rotate through the hand, through the wrist, through the shoulder, and just notice how it affects different areas differently. Good, and then we'll release, squeeze, and open. And now the same thing with the thumb. We're just going to grasp that thumb and gently draw it back. You can have your hand down here on the thigh, and I'd like you to look for that stretch through the palm, through the webbing of your thumb. Just see if you can find that gentle extension. We're never pulling, we're just drawing it back. And then release, squeeze, and open. And then we come along to the other side. Left hand comes to the thigh. We're going to grasp those fingertips, the right fingertips. And you can reach straight out if you want a little bit more here. And we're feeling that stretch through the palm, through the wrist, and maybe up into the forearm as well. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Breathe deeply. Good. And then we'll release, squeeze, and open. And then we're going to reach out and come to that left thumb. So just drawing it back at whatever angle is comfortable for you. Think of spreading the fingers and pressing that wrist away from the stretch. Good. You can release your hand down to the thigh anytime if that's more comfortable for you. Great. And then we'll release and squeeze and open. Roll the wrists around in a circle. And then again, we'll reach out with those arms, lengthening through the fingertips. Now open up those palms to the sky, tip the wrists down and back, and allow your arms to follow. Here, I'd like you to tip one ear toward one shoulder, and then come through neutral and do the same thing on the other side while you reach out with those arms and fingertips. You can press the arms down and back even further if you'd like to deepen the extension. Make sure you're not shrugging the shoulders up toward the ears. Keep them relaxed down. Good. And then we'll come back to neutral and release. Now let's bring that right arm across the front of the body and grasp just above the elbow. Press down, hug it into the chest, and pat yourself on the back for making it here today. Great job, guys. So next week, some of our classes, and at the end of this week as well, some will be live and in person. So take a look on our website. You'll be able to book in to come and do the class if you'd like, and a few of these will still be continuing online for a while. If you'd like more of a stretch through your shoulder, you can straighten out that right arm. You can turn the palm down and forward. Press your right shoulder down away from the ear. Lengthen the neck. And we'll breathe deeply. Good. And now we'll bend the elbow, release the arm, lengthen the arms out to the sides. And coming along to the other side. Left arm comes across the front of the body. Press down, draw it in. Give yourself a pat on the back. Good. And then if you'd like more, you can reach out with that left arm. Turn the palm down and forward. Hug that arm into the chest. Lengthen the neck. Relax the shoulders down. And breathe. Good. And then we'll bend the elbow, release the arms, lengthen out to the sides, reach through those fingertips. And release, and then we'll come into our tricep stretch. So you can reach the right elbow up alongside the ear if you'd like, or you can reach up with both arms, bringing the palms together and then bending the elbows down between the shoulder blades. It all depends on how deep a stretch you want and how your body responds. So when you bring your arms into position, make sure that you're not compromising the position of your neck in order to get there. So your neck should be straight and long, and then we'll move the arms around that. If just one arm is up above, you can press from underneath, you can grasp from on top, you can release that free hand to the hip or behind the back if you want to. It's all yours. Good. Lengthen the spine, relax your shoulders down. Good. Breathe deeply. One more deep breath in, and we'll reach up toward the sky. Exhale, release the arm. And again, you can counter stretch by bringing that arm across the front of the body like we did a moment ago. And then we'll release. And then the left arm comes up alongside the head. Again, you can press from underneath, or grasp from on top, or nothing at all. Or you can bring those palms together down between the shoulder blades once again for the deeper stretch. Check that the neck is able to stay long and straight. And your shoulders can stay relaxed. And we're able to breathe deeply. Good. Again, hand positioning for your free hand. If only one arm is up above, is completely up to you. Good. Really good. Now let's inhale and reach up toward the sky. Exhale, release the arm. You can counter stretch by bringing that left arm across if you'd like. And we'll release, squeeze and open. And let's come into our hand massage to finish off before Shavasana. So bringing the left fingertips to the back of the right hand and the left thumb to the right palm. We're going to roll and squeeze around in a circle in that largest muscle that controls our thumb. Good. So just, you can focus on sore bits as long as that's comfortable for you, and we want to be making space and avoiding the hard parts. Then you can come down through the tendons and ligaments and knuckles, whatever you'd like there. Always making space. Yeah, just opening things up. And of course you can rest your hands down on the thigh if that's more comfortable for you. And then we make our way down to the muscle that controls the pinky finger on that side of the hand. Good. And then all of our left fingers and our thumb will wrap around at the base of the right thumb, and we'll squeeze and roll all the way from the root to the tip. And then each finger squeezing and rolling, root to tip. Good. And we're still maintaining that perfect posture for just another few moments. So right at the edge of our seat, feet flat on the floor. Good. Breathing deeply, sitting tall. And release, squeeze it open, and then coming along to the other side. Right fingertips on the back of the left hand, right thumb on the left palm, and we'll squeeze and roll around in that largest muscle. Good. And then again, coming down in between the tendons and ligaments and knuckles. Just making space. And again, resting your hands down if that's not comfortable for your neck and shoulders. And then we'll come onto the side of the hand, that little muscle that controls the pinky. And then wrapping all of our fingers and thumb around the base of the left thumb, squeezing and rolling to the end. Good. Just working on any inflammation, any tension that might still be left there in those fingertips. Great. And then squeezing and opening, and we'll finish off with our full body stretch. Breathe in deep, reach out through the fingertips and toes, lengthen. Exhale, bring everything in, curve and round. And again, breathe in deep, reach out, expand through those fingertips and toes. Exhale, bring everything in. One more time, inhale, reach out, lengthen, expand. Exhale, bring everything in. And come back to neutral. Excellent job today, guys. We're going to move along to our final relaxation. So I'll ask you to find socks or blankets or sweaters or whatever you need to be warm, and also whatever you need to be comfortable. So you're welcome to find a comfortable laying down position or a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like to you. So it might be an easy chair or whatever you want. You're welcome to lay on the floor if you want to. And we're going to start by just bringing ourselves to this present moment, to our awareness. So we'll start by taking a deep breath in, all the way down to the tips of the toes, closing the eyes. And exhaling completely, feeling the body relax down into the seat, into the earth. Now just for a moment, bringing your attention to today's class. Give yourselves that mental pat on the back for making it here, for making it through, and especially for maintaining the lines of communication with the body. That's so important. Our bodies tell us so much. Now we'll begin to relax from the bottom up. Breathe in all the way down to the tips of the toes and the balls of the feet, the arches, heels, and ankles, stirring up tension. Exhale it out, pressing it out of the body with focus. Breathe through the calves, the shins, the knee joints and thighs. Exhale tension all the way down to the bones. Breathe through the hips, pelvis, buttocks, and lower spine. Exhale tension. Feel the body relax down into the seat, into the floor. Breathe through the middle and upper back, through the rib cage and solar plexus. As you exhale, allow the heart and lungs to slow down, relaxing. Breathe through the collarbone, shoulders, biceps, and elbows. Exhale, tension, allowing the arms to relax at the sides. Breathe through the forearms, wrists, palms, and backs of the hands. As you exhale, allow the fingertips to let go of tension. Relax the muscles of the neck, through the top of the spine and the base of the skull. Relax the throat. Relax the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face, around the eyes, mouth, and ears. Relax the brow. And lastly, release the breath, breathing naturally as you sink deeper into relaxation. Now you can remain here in meditation for as long as you like, focusing on the breathing to quiet the mind. Or you can join me and come back to consciousness, taking a deep breath in all the way down to the tips of the toes. And then exhaling completely, feeling the lines of the body, feeling your body resting here in space. And now gently bringing the attention back to the body, wiggle the fingers and toes, move the wrists and ankles around in circles. And if you're laying down, you can take your time and find your way to a comfortable seated position with the eyes closed. And now let's take a deep breath in. Exhale and open the eyes. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope to see you next time.